Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to a discussion on bar chord basics for the guitar. When we use the term bar chord, we simply mean where we're shifting open string chords up and down the neck and using our index finger on our left hand to bar across the neck, like putting a capo on, but we use our index finger as sort of a simulated capo that we're shifting up and down the neck. So this beautiful chord here, which has many names, but we could call it a G6-9 chord. If we wanted to play a G sharp 6-9 chord, we'd simply shift all of those notes to become, and be able to strum them all at once. We'll have to cover all the strings with one finger. And we can shift that anywhere we want to on the neck. So in a practical sense, if we want to play the standard type of chords on the guitar, major, minor and seventh chords, we can do all of those chords by looking at the fundamental open string chord shapes that we all learn when we're first starting to play the guitar. Let's start with E major in the first position. So we've got an E, a B, an E, a G sharp, a B and an E. We want to shift every one of those notes up a semitone so we can play an F major chord using the full 6 strings. Well, if we just shift the E shape up a semitone, we get this chord. Now that's a fantastic sounding chord. It's like a Spanish bullfighter chord. But that is not an F major chord. Yes, the 3 notes of an F major do exist there, so C, F and A. So an F chord is F, A and C in any order. But we've got an E, a B and an E thrown in with that. So we've sort of got like an F flat 5 major 7th. Not an F major chord, not at all. So what we've got to do is we've got to shift these open string notes up a fret. And the easy way to do it is use a different set of fingers to play the same chord grip that we've all learnt as the first way to play an E chord. So we remove our index finger and use our second, third and fourth fingers to play exactly the same shape as the way we've all learnt to play an E chord. So listen to this. And if you look at my fingers, yes, I'm using a different set of fingers, but they are playing the exact same notes. Now we can shift that shape, the famous E chord shape, up 1 fret. But if we bar, B-A-R, if we put our index finger across all those 6 strings, we've now brought the 3 open strings also up a fret. Now we're playing a perfect F major chord in the same inversion as the standard E chord. So if I do this, we're not playing the bullfight music anymore. We're actually playing an E major, F major, E major, keeping the order of notes in exactly the same order as the chord we started on. Now, the really exciting news here is not only have we learnt a way to play a 6-string F major chord, we can shift that new shape that we've learnt using our first finger on the 6th string as the key to what the chord name is as we move up and down the neck. So that 6th string on the 1st fret is the note F, and that's an F major chord. So if I want to play a G major chord, well, find where G is on the 6th string, keep the shape identical, and there you go. An A flat major chord, an F sharp major chord. All you've got to do is think, where is the note C sharp, for example, on the 6th string? Well, it would be down here. Okay, this would be on your 9th fret. Grab that same chord shape, and here's a C sharp major chord. Okay, it's that simple. Let's take another famous chord shape, A minor. Again, one of the first chords we all learn when we start out on the guitar. It's a great sounding chord, but like the E major chord, we can't shift that shape. That's just a ugly sounding chord. I'm not even going to worry what the name of that is because you'd never want to play it. It's certainly not B flat minor, the next chord up from A minor. So there's A minor and we just come to this. Whoa, no, absolutely not. But the same approach applies. We get rid of the index finger in our standard conventional grip for A minor. So there's how we would normally play it. Look at my fingers change. Same notes in the same order. Now when we shift that shape up 1 fret and bar the 1st fret with our index finger, we've got a beautiful B flat minor chord. The same notes in the same order as the A minor that we've all loved and learnt from day one almost on the guitar. So it's just a matter of using a different set of fingers and being able to bar across the whole 6 strings with your index finger. Now in this case, the A minor shape was actually keyed off the 5th string, not the 6th string. So to find out what chord you're playing in that shape, you have to concentrate on what the note is that your 1st finger is fretting on the 5th string. Now in this case, that's an A string, that's a B flat. So that is a B flat minor chord. If I wanted to play C sharp minor, I would simply say, well, there's C sharp on my A string, adopt that same finger pattern that we did on the 1st fret, so there's C sharp minor. And so on. If we want to play E minor, we say, well, we all know how to play that E minor, but if we want to play E minor using the A minor shape, we'll have to use a bar chord, and we'll have to set up that shape from where the note E is on the A string. So that's here on the 7th fret. So we apply the same shape. We've got a new way to play E minor that is movable. So if we want to play E minor and then go F minor, easy. If we try our standard E minor shape to try and play E minor to F minor, usable as a tension sort of moment, but that's not an F minor chord, no. Let's look at one final chord shape for today, the 7th chord shape. Now, in our early learning on the guitar, there's really 3 chord shapes for the 7th, but I'm only going to look at 2 today, the ones that involve open strings. So E7th is played like an E chord, but we lift up our 3rd finger and leave the note D, open D string in, and adding D to an E major chord makes it an E7th chord. The other 7th chord shape that we learned pretty early on the guitar is A7th, and there's many ways to do it, but I'm going to use this one where I've got E and C sharp fretted and I'm just hitting the other open strings. Now we can take either of those shapes and apply the bar chord concept. So see what I'm doing here? That's how we would normally fret an E7th chord, just the 1st and 2nd fingers, 1st finger on G sharp, 2nd finger on B. So this time I'm going to put my 2nd finger on G sharp and my 3rd finger on B. So if I want to take E7th up a semitone to play F7th, nothing hard there. As long as we've got the strength in our hand to bar across all the 6 strings with our index finger, we can shift the big fat E7th chord up to F7th. Fantastic. We can't do great sounding chord, not an F7th chord. Now, in that shape, it's our low string again that is the key note. So if I want to play an A flat 7th chord, I slide that shape up to where A flat is the note being produced on the 6th string. So A flat 7th. If you want to play C 7th like that, well, where is the note C on the 6th string? Fantastic chord. It only uses 3 fingers and we can play every possible 7th chord using that shape. Just like we can play every possible major chord using the E shape. So just to end today's tutorial, remember there's an alternate way to play a 7th chord on the first 3 frets of the guitar, and in this case it's an A 7th chord and the key note is the 5th string. So if I replace the normal fingers for fretting the E and the C sharp and use my 3rd and 4th finger, I can then take that upper fret and play bar the 1st fret, because the relationship has to stay the same. In here, fret 0, there's a 2 fret gap between what I'm fingering and the actual note. Okay, so I do that. I've got B flat 7th, it's all keyed off the A string. If I want to play C sharp 7th, well, I find where C sharp is on the A string, bar that fret. Shift that up to D7th. You can just shift it wherever you want to. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial and perhaps learnt something new from it. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and enjoy your journey forward on the guitar. Bye for now.